Ever since the apocalypse begun, I think we can all agree that there's been a lack of interesting games to play. So I just went back to basics and started playing Minecraft. This is a game mode called Egg Wars on the Cubecraft server. For those who don't know, Egg Wars is a team-based game. You can either play single-player, duos, or quads. And you have to be the last team standing. And you have infinite lives until your egg is destroyed. But if you're still alive after your egg is destroyed, you can still win the game. You just have to take out everyone else's egg and kill everyone else. So, last person standing wins. This is just a compilation of game clips that I've collected over the past couple months, because this is like the only game I've been playing. So I'm like super try hard at it because it's the only thing I do. And well, I figured they were taking up too much space in my game DVR, so I'd throw them on YouTube here in a short compilation. A lot of people like to hate on the Cubecraft players because they're usually like 8 years old and playing on Pocket Edition. But I don't have a problem absolutely slaying young children in a video game. It's fun because I always win. I mean, there's a couple games I lost. I don't know off the top of my head what my win-loss ratio is, but you know, at the end of the day, all the cool kids play Bed Wars on Hypixel or whatever. But I don't know, all the little... As you can see, this guy's like hitting me with a carrot. You know, that's the kind of opponents we're up against. But occasionally we get some people who put up a fight. And so here we found two completely blissfully unaware people who had no idea how to play the game. They were right next to us, and it was just a 2v2, us versus them. They really had no idea what they were doing, so we started to build this ultimate sky bridge to them. So Blue got Orange's egg right when I got Blue's egg. And then an orange guy runs over to Blue, and I figured, hey, he's got nothing, I'll just be chill with him. And then he starts punching me from behind, so I'm like, what the heck, bro? Now you're gonna die. We run into a lot of people like this, where they just fight you despite knowing that they're gonna die, and it gets really annoying and inconvenient, because, you know, you spend all this time fighting them, and, you know, a good 90% of the time, they don't win anyway. They just gotta be a pain in the ass for as long as possible, but I understand, you think you're gonna win. I'm so full of myself when it comes to this game. Here's me single-handedly invading the entire green team. They just bought obsidian, so I couldn't allow them to put it on the egg. And they actually almost killed me here. So I had to make a quick dash for it on the bridge. And the one guy who chased me was also one hit. And you can see here, he quickly realizes his mistake. So then from here, I guess it was, now that I had full health again from the gold apple, it was just a walk in the park. So I kind of love to mine the blocks out from underneath people. I think it's the most hilarious thing ever. Instead of hitting them off the map and getting the XP for killing them, I find it a lot more entertaining to just take somebody like this Steve here, for example, who has just absolutely no idea what's about to hit him. And he falls like a rock. Here we're back continuing our ultimate sky base on Pink's Island. There's a handful of game clips of this. I don't know if they're all in chronological order. These clips are in no order particularly. But I just wanted to make a handful of clips documenting this because this took a lot of work, and despite all this work, Pink was still unable to kill us while we were doing this because, I don't know, just Pocket Edition. So here, both blue guys, I guess, either failed their jump to the bridge or thought it would be quick enough to jump off and respawn and hit me off the egg. I don't know what their game plan was, but whatever it was, it didn't work. Here, I guess they were going to hit me off the map, and I have no idea how Buzz Lightyear got a wood sword. He just got that out of nowhere. You can rewind the video and watch him. I seriously have no idea where he got that from. So here, we don't have an egg. The red guy's the last guy left, and he still has an egg. So Fragile builds up, and the red guy builds up to meet him, leaving an opportunity for me to just waltz right past him. And he falls for the oldest trick in the book. Well, here's one of the few examples of me being too full of myself here. I learned my lesson today, and it's, don't continue charging across somebody's bridge until you know you hit them off. At first, you know, when I recorded that, I thought it was a bunch of baloney and shouldn't have happened, but, you know, upon rewatching the footage, I saw that he just landed on a ledge. Here, it's me versus Yellow. He does not have an egg, and I do, so in order to win, he has to get all the way over to my island and destroy my egg and then kill me. So that's what he's trying to do here. I guess he just really hoped that I didn't see his ender pearl. But it went right over my head, so I could have easily hit him a couple times here, but I was deliberately waiting to hit him until he got to this spot here, so he'd just fly off the map and I wouldn't have to bother fighting him. Here I've decided to go after blue because I think like all of them are on middle here. And I go to third person to check if any of them are following me, and I just like fell through their bridge. So that was cool. Lost, you know, full iron and diamond sword. Pretty sure we won the game anyway. In fact, I think there's another clip of that same game later on. Here, somehow this guy miraculously almost killed me when I had apple effects. This is a different game, by the way, but pretty early on still, so I wanted to go ahead and take care of blue because, you know, they started fighting me, and so I just, you know, put a wall up and mined the blocks out after it, hoping they'd nonchalantly fall into the void, and sure enough, they did. So that was an easy egg, and then all of them respawned with nothing, so I was able to take them out after that. Here it's just me and Fragile versus these two purple guys. They don't have an egg, so they're being kind of cocky because they don't have anything to protect. We don't even have obsidian on ours. They have diamond swords, better stuff than we have. And they're just slowly crouching across our bridge waiting for the opportune moment. But I decided to take full advantage of the fact that we still had an egg, I mean, and well, I wasn't expecting to stay on the bridge through all that, but I did. Here we got paired up against these incredibly sweaty orange guys. At the time, I had never seen anybody so sweaty, so I had to go equally sweaty on them and speed build across to get their egg. Easy money. I thought they were going to run away, which is why I jumped down to chase them, but then they, you know, were actually coordinated and decided to double team me. And despite them not having gold apples, they did almost kill me. As you can see here, this battle ends pretty close. One hit both of them. This poor blue guy, he was probably his first time playing Egg Wars ever, and he just didn't know what to do, and he lost his teammate, so I guess I decided to go easy on him instead of just ruthlessly murdering him the second I got his egg. Here's another one of those perfect examples of mining the blocks out from under somebody. I just absolutely love it. Here it looks like I'm invading yellow. Almost got me off there. Now, they're still working on an egg defense, and realistically I could just jump down and punch it, but I don't know why I didn't. You know, hindsight is always 20/20, as they say. It's a lot of clips where I'm like, why didn't I just do that? But when you're in the heat of the moment, it's a 1v4, and you have no backup. It's kind of hard to think about what you're going to do. And just like that, the yellow team was eliminated. So here is actually kind of a bamboozle moment for me. Usually when we fight opponents, they're pretty dumb because they're probably all under the age of 12. But this guy, after we invaded his island, instead of idiotically jumping down and trying to kill us like anybody else would have, he actually decided to take the advantage and run to our island to get our egg, but he made the mistake of turning around on the bridge. So, red team does not have an egg, but they also have, like, way better stuff than I do. This guy wanted to stop me from breaking his bridge, but it didn't really work. So there's one red guy down. Just keep in mind, all I have is a pickaxe and leather armor. And, well, as you can see, I was able to successfully knock out two guys who were fully stacked. And I felt pretty good about that one. Here it came down to the wire with this guy and Fragile being the last two people in the game. Nobody had an egg, and whoever fell off the map first lost. Now I remember as I was spectating, I was telling Fragile not to engage him on the bridge because that's the only way he would fight him. But luckily, because Fragile jumped, he hit the void after the last yellow guy. And we won the game because of that. I think that was the closest game we've ever played. I believe this is the clip I mentioned of the same game, but a different clip. I don't know. Anyway, we're being invaded by this green guy who does not have an egg, so if he dies once, he's out. And once again, instead of fighting him, I decided to let him fall like a rock. Now I can understand wanting to block off the staircase in this map, but they just left a perfect arrangement of blocks for me to just waltz right up there, so... Miraculously, I was able to take a boatload of fall damage and somehow hit that guy off diagonally. I don't know, sometimes that happens to me and it's annoying. Unfortunately, after hours of terrorizing these poor kids, they both decided to leave the game. So I had to get one final clip of what I call the grand entrance. Now that is how you invade somebody's island. Here is a past clip of that very same game. We had a lot of fun with these guys. They had no idea what they were doing, as you can see there. Sometimes the clips speak for themselves. I could have easily rushed across and killed both of them, you know, I had full gear, but nah. Oh, here, a green guy without his egg had recently killed me and just started teabagging after he did, so I was pretty upset about that and decided I was going to kill him in his full iron armor with nothing, and, well, I got my wish. So I had to teabag him back. And here we can see a lone Pocket Edition player in its natural habitat, crouching around the middle of the map, hiding behind blocks that they've placed in a completely unobvious way. Once again, this is a clip from our ultimate grand entrance game. I don't know what this guy was trying to accomplish. He must have thought he was lagging or something, but I just kept breaking the blocks he placed. I don't know why I was doing this, but we weren't being invaded, so it was, you know, it was just the two of us versus the two of them. Eventually he ran out of blocks and decided something was going on, so here I was invading green, and I got pretty low, so I started to run away, and I thought I was going to have to hit this guy off the map, but miraculously, Fragile nailed him with an arrow shot from the neighboring island. Here, I have just leather armor, and this guy has full diamond with a diamond sword, and, well, he obviously saw me as no threat because I just had 3 stacks of blocks, and I was actually able to hit him off the map, and he lost everything. So his teammate shows up immediately after, and is equally bamboozled by the fact that I'm fighting him with just leather armor and no sword. I actually had a pickaxe before this, but I dropped it. I don't remember where that went, but yeah, that was an easy win after we got them out of the way. Here, yeah, there's no eggs left here, so whoever dies, dies, and, well, these guys both failed to mount their invasion. This is a clip from Minerware, which is also on Cubecraft. I occasionally play this, and somehow somebody was able to make an iron golem out of just snow blocks, so I figured that was clip worthy. So here, instead of fighting each other, both of these two decided to go after me, which was, you know, just absolutely swell. I have no idea why this dude jumped down on me like this. I had a better sword than him, and to be fair, he almost did kill me, but critical hits make the difference. Here we can see Clay being an absolute god. And once again, I'm starting to see a pattern here. It's usually red team who falls for this. I don't know why. I didn't even have a pickaxe, but this guy was so confident in my inability to break his block that he just stood there and let it happen. Cubecraft players speak for themselves. Yes, here we have the PC players on the cross-platform Xbox One who just miraculously run through me and hit me backwards diagonally. Sometimes things happen in this game that you just can't explain, so I don't... Ooh, almost got you there. What is it? It's a 4v2. I've just got leather. This guy's got full chain. Alright, let's go, bro. Okay, you're gone. So here, the winner of the game came down to the random. We had 3 of us in a 4-player game with just this random guy who wasn't in our party. Luckily, though, he had a lot better stuff than the yellow guy, and with our encouragement in the chat, we were able to actually secure that victory. This is something I hadn't seen before this game. The entire blue team decided it would be an excellent idea to build under the map and just hide there forever, hoping that eventually, I guess, we'd just give up and leave the game, giving them the victory. I don't know what their goal was here, but I figured out what they were onto pretty easily when the player tracker just spun around in circles up on their island. So, you know what this calls for. Here we can see an innocent orange team being blissfully unaware of the fact that I just ran across without a pickaxe, had the time to pick up some iron, buy a pickaxe, and then destroy their egg. All without them having any idea I was there. To be fair, there were only 2 of them, and Sonic starts trying to run away but epically fails. Oh, wait, what's that? An unassuming red team? Well, don't mind if I do. Ah, yes, here, one of my most epic moments. I decided to go invade pink here. They didn't have anything on their egg. And, well, just barely did I land on that block. If I had been 1 pixel shorter, I think I would have just yeeted off the map. But that wasn't the only epic moment. I did have to record that, and you can see here, the screen kind of, like, glitches out for a second because I actually made a game clip there. But then, the second pink guy comes back. I try to mine the blocks out from under him, but unfortunately, he's actually smart enough to figure out what's going on. And he just runs right over it. Now this guy actually knew how to fight, and kind of threw me off because, you know, his teammate wasn't exactly the greatest. So he starts absolutely shredding me. And then while I'm eating the apple, he manages to get a couple combos. And he thinks he hit me off the map as a yellow guy comes over out of nowhere, distracts him for long enough to look away, And then, well, now he's off the map. So although I had to kill the yellow guy immediately after, I do thank him for coming out of nowhere like that. Yes, and for the final clip of today's episode, we have a 4v4. Both of us still have our eggs. It's us versus yellow. And the stakes are high because yellow has a whole bunch of good armor, and we kind of don't. I'm pretty sure the only person with me here is Clay. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. That's all I remember, though, because he's the only one who lives to the very end. So, objective, get yellow's egg and kill all of yellow. Now, I know they have obsidian, so I had to get at least whatever diamond pickaxe I could afford at the moment. I don't know what Clay's game plan is, but he definitely needs some iron armor. So we've taken control of middle, which is always good, but it's not going to take them long to get back. And as I was marching with Clay on my full frontal assault, I had no idea that one of them was right on top of me. So I warned Clay about it, and he was able to hit him off at the cost of his own life. So, we had just effectively killed two members of each other's teams and accomplished nothing there. I believe both of my randoms are still in this with full iron. I had to run to middle and get whatever diamonds I could pick up. Right, yeah, and to top everything off, we only had level 1 diamonds on our island, so it really was not looking well at this point. I really wanted iron armor, but there just wasn't time. Miraculously, Clay and the randoms held off the enemy team just long enough for me to get just enough diamonds for it. Now, I don't know why the random came back here. Well, I guess looking at it now, perhaps there was somebody on the sky bridge invading us. Now, I just got armor. I didn't have a sword here, and I knew we were being invaded on multiple fronts. We had a guy sneaking under the map. We had a guy skybridging us from above. And, well, at this point, I knew our egg was pretty much gone. So I just scrambled to grab what I could. Nobody saw this guy sneaking up from behind, so I had to, you know, tell him to go away politely. So at this point, I knew my only option was to get yellow's egg. So I told Clay to run. From here, I'm just gonna let the action music do the talking.